to discuss about characteristics of embedded system. So there are some important characteristics of embedded system. Those characteristics make your embedded system different from general purpose system. First one is application and domain specific characters. So domain specific characteristics means so the embedded system are developed to perform a specific function. This characteristics distinguish embedded system from general purpose system. So for example, you are develop an embedded system for washing machine which cannot be this functional unit or circuit which you design cannot be replaced with microwave oven or healthcare or some other embedded system. So any design which you do for embedded system, it is specific to that particular task. This is the important characteristics of an embedded system. Embedded systems are reactive in a real-time environment. So embedded systems are going to work with the sensors and input device which are connected to the input port. Any changes happening will be up like any changes which is happening in the real world will be captured by the input device or sensor. There will be some algorithm which is running in the background which is going to control the output parameter. So if you take events or input, which is event driven input, or something or periodic event inputs, or something or unperiodic events, and then all this should be captured, and your embedded system should be reactive, and your embedded system should be real-time behavior. So that means there are embedded systems are involved in some mission critical or time critical systems like your flight control and all. So your embedded system should have real-time behavior. Then next characteristics if you take, it operates in the harsh environment. So if you take your embedded system, which may work sometimes in an environment with higher temperature, and sometimes where there are a lot of dust is present, and there are the environment where shock uh, resistant should be available. So your embedded system should be capable of handling all these conditions. So if the embedded systems are deployed in this environment, your product should take care of all this uh, like harsh environment operation should be handled by your embedded system. And next characteristics of embedded system is distributed. So distributed means your embedded systems are going to work in the distributed environment. That means in a large embedded system, like autonomous embedded system, there are some components which are present that are maybe, for example, ATM. If you take ATM, in that ATM is an embedded system. In that card reader is an embedded system which is a part of your ATM machine. This particular card reader is the distributed embedded system. So your embedded system should work as a part of any other embedded system. And next characteristics which you see is small size and weight. So that how your embedded system look. For example, if you are purchasing mobile phone, so we look for the mobile phone which is in a thin and less in the weight. So your embedded systems look look and feel is an important for embedded system so that can be taken for our comparative study. So products aesthetic is one of the important factor for the products purchasing. And then power concern. So next is power concern. Power management is another important factor that we have to consider when you're designing an embedded system. Embedded system should be designed in such a way that it it minimizes the heat dissipation in the system. So the production amount of heat needs a cooling fan, other requirements. So because of that, the power is consumed by an embedded device will become more. So power consumption is an important characteristics of embedded system. So these are all the important characteristics of embedded system. Next, we'll see characteristics of embedded system we have seen. Now we'll see quality attributes of embedded system. So we have two categories of quality attributes. One is operational quality attribute, another one is non-operational quality attribute. So if your quality attributes are captured when embedded system is in a working condition, this we are calling it as a operational quality attribute. So for operational quality attribute, we have 6 operational quality attributes. One is response, throughput, reliability, maintainability, security, and safety. Response, if you take, it's a measure of a quickness of a system. It's going to give an idea about how your system is tracking the changes in the environment. Flight, for example, flight control is an example of real-time response uh, is measured in this. Any delay in the response may affect the safety of the passenger. Then next, throughput. Throughput deals with the efficiency of the system. So throughput can be defined as a rate of production or process defined over a period of a time. So for example, for a card reader, throughput can be how many transactions the reader can perform in an hour or a day. So throughput is generally measured in benchmark. So benchmark is a reference point in which something can be measured. Then next we have reliability. Reliability is measure of how much percentage we can rely on the proper working of the system. So in reliability, we are considering two things. One is MTTR, another one is MTBF, mean time to between the failure, mean time to retrieve. So these two are measured for understanding the system's reliability. Then next we have maintainability. Maintainability is support to the end user in case of failure. So there are two types of maintenance are there, scheduled maintenance or preventive maintenance, unscheduled maintenance or corrective maintenance. So in some embedded system components are consumable or subject to wear and tear. These components should be replaced. Example, in inkjet printer, your cartridge should be replaced after n number of printouts. This is an example of periodic maintenance. If something paper feeding part of a printer fails, the printer will not print. This is an example of unscheduled maintenance. So maintenance can be addressed with scheduled maintenance and unscheduled maintenance. Then security, confidentiality, integrity, availability are the three major components of for measuring security. So confidentiality deals with protection of data, integrity deals with protection of data and application from unauthorized modification, availability deals with unauthorized user access. And safety, next is safety. Safety is possible damages that can happen to an application operator's environment. So any failure in embedded system hardware or firmware may stop working of embedded system, or sometimes it may cause hazards to the environment. So if that is the case, how your embedded that device is going to provide a safety to the operator or safety to the environment, that is discussed in the parameter called safety. These are all the operational quality attributes. Next we have non-operational quality attributes. In non-operational quality attributes, we are looking into testing, debugging, evaluability, portability, time to prototype, and market. And then we are discussing about per total cost. So testing and debugging, if you take this, discuss about any product you design before the product is given to the real-time working environment, how the working is tested, what are the testing facilities are available, so how we can test the firmware, how we can test the hardware. So there are two levels of testing and debugging is there, hardware and software level. So how facilities are provided for this type of a testing in your embedded environment. The next is evaluability, is a term that is referred as non-heritable variation. Evaluability is a quality attribute which says that how it is adapting to any changes in the new technology. Then next is portability. Portability is a measure of a system's independence. Product, in this we are discussing how the product is capable of functioning in various environments. And then time to market. If you take time to market, is the time elapsed between the conceptualization of product and the time at which the product is ready for selling or use. This is time to market and prototype. The commercial embedded product market is high competitive, and time to market the product is critical factor in the commercial embedded systems. If you come up with a new design and it takes long time to develop and market it, by the time the competitor product may take advantage of it with their product idea. So product prototyping helps a lot in reducing time to market. So whenever you have a product idea, you may not be certain about feasibility of the idea. So prototyping is an informal kind of idea product development in which the important features of the product under considerations are developed. And next is per unit cost and revenue cost. So cost is a factor which is closely monitored by both end user. Cost is highly sensitive factor for commercial product. Any failure to position the cost of the commercial product may lead to failure of the product. So this is discussed in the next when we have a product life cycle curve. In the product life cycle curve, we are discussing about how the unit cost and where the cost decline will happen. When prototyping, what will be the scenario? All these are discussed here. So in initial phase, if you take, sales and revenue will be very less. In maturity phase, sales and revenue will be steady and increase. In product decline phase, the sales volume market share drops drastically. This declines due to the various reasons like similar product which is available in the market. So this particular diagram, if you see, we have drawn a graph between time and revenue. So product development, there will not be any revenue. Product introduction, there will be little revenue. And in the growth and product maturity phase, the revenue will be more. Again, in the product attainment phase, the revenue will be less. So this is all about your embedded system characteristics, operational and non-operational attributes. So any queries you can ask.